All right. Welcome back, everyone. It has been quite some time since I've posted, but I wanted to come back here and do a read for Chief Yevgeny Prigozhin. If you're not familiar, he is the Wagner Group PMC, private military company. He's the chief of the Wagner Group. And the Wagner Group is affiliated with Russia, the Russian government. They have been enlisted to assist in the efforts in Ukraine. But what we're going to do here, given the most recent events, where apparently it appears as though Chief Yevgeny Prigozhin has essentially gone into exile. Well, I'm curious. I want to get a read and kind of see, what will be the fate of Chief Yevgeny Prigozhin, the chief of the Wagner Group. So, Spirit, if you don't mind, please offer your guidance. Spirit, will you please tell me what will be the fate of Chief Yevgeny Prigozhin? What will be the fate of Yevgeny Prigozhin, the chief of the Russian Wagner Group? Well, for starters, the more obvious reflection is the fact that he feels like he made a hasty decision. Not for obvious reasons, but I think there were a lot of moving parts, and he made a hasty decision. But see, I don't know if he was rushed. I don't know if there's some unseen factor that maybe influenced the timing, and also may have influenced like what he decided to do. I'm seeing that he is not wanting to go against the folks that he's aligned with, so I'm assuming that could be maybe Vladimir Putin or other elites, Russian elites. But I'm showing that he's thinking. He's doing a lot of thinking. He's not necessarily it's not that he's afraid. It's not that he's afraid, but he's not wanting to necessarily cause trouble per se, but he's also not wanting to look weak or vulnerable. And he also doesn't want to lose the respect of the Wagner Group. So there's a lot of things that he's contemplating, and I think there's like maybe 8 things that he's that are concerns, maybe factors, elements. It could be people, but there are other factors that are causing him to be. Now that the action is done, I'm seeing that he's standing there, like basically holding the knife, going like, okay, I did something, but he's also standing there thinking like, okay, so now like things are set into motion. What do I do? He's carrying a heavy burden, and there are still people that I want to say maybe has influence over, or he is still leading, or maybe these are people that are with him. He may not be alone, but I'm seeing 8. I'm seeing he's got both hands occupied and he's carrying something. So either he's carrying a heavy burden physically, maybe I don't know if he's carrying equipment or he's moving things, or if he's just carrying a heavy burden. Mentally, emotionally, or what have you. What I will say, the number 8 is coming to me, but I'm not necessarily seeing that he's in harm's way, but I do want to get clarity. So let's do this. Spirit, I'd like to ask for clarity for what the fate will be for Yevgeny Prigozhin of Wagner Group. Spirit, I need clarity. What will be the fate of Chief Yevgeny Prigozhin of the Wagner PMC? Okay, the ancestors are coming through. Okay, so ancestor is saying that basically Prigozhin is not in the wrong. Like, although it looks like he is, like, on one hand he's being called a traitor, right? Originally, and then it's kind of like there's some backpedaling going on. But ancestor is saying that he needs to remember why he's doing what he's doing, and that he can ensure victory, but it's gonna be based off of what he does. Like, he has a chance. Like this, I don't know about timing. I really don't want to speculate on timing. But what ancestor is basically saying is that he has people who, like, either support him, believe in him, or they're following him. Not just because they have to, but because, like, they actually believe him. Like, they're cheering him on, they're supporting him. I'm seeing that they're around him, but they're not against him. They're like standing with him. He needs to also increase his efforts. If he so ancestor is saying if he wants victory, then he either needs to go with it, basically, and go through with whatever it is that he was going to do, and take his most loyal people that he knows he can trust with him. And if he does that, he will be victorious. But if he doesn't, he's gonna lose everything. But my goodness. What I will say is this. Right now, I do not have any distinct clarification that he's readily in danger, but he is concerned. But he's also not being, I'm not seeing that he's still standing, and he doesn't appear to be, though he's concerned, he's walking upright, and he's battling between his rationale and his logic, right? Because his logic is telling him, like, what to do, but his rationale is trying to, like, not step on the wrong toes, but still be steadfast in what he was trying to accomplish. But I don't see that he's not laying on the railroad track. He's more so standing on top of the train, if that makes any sense. And oddly enough, so I don't know if he's maybe around. I don't want to be too literal, but he may even be on a train, literally. He may be moving by train. He may have recently been on a train. Or there's people that are coming to him, but I just don't know who it is. This could also indicate maybe a train wreck, but I don't sense that he's not going to be victorious. I do see that he's carrying concern and he is trying to be logical and rational, but I don't see that he's in harm's way. So, Spirit, tell me, will Prigozhin survive this ordeal? Will Chief Yevgeny Prigozhin of Wagner Group survive this March for Justice? Okay. So one card jumped out. Let's see what we got. Ancestors come through. Thank you. So, Ancestor has provided for me the most positive card in my deck. I am taking that as an indication that he will survive this ordeal, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he will come out unscathed, because I did see that a doctor was assisting him. Now, I don't know if that doctor will be assisting him with physical injuries or something, or maybe from like psychological, could be that, but I'm seeing that or maybe someone is going to need to assist him in some other way, but I am seeing a doctor is assisting in this situation. So it's some sort of doctor. Not too sure where the doctor is going to come in at, but I do see that he's going to survive. He's going to have to resort to his most primal instincts and most primal nature. But he's also going to have to maintain his logic. I'm seeing 7. He's definitely not. He's being very strategic, and although it seems like a bunch of chaos, he's being very strategic. He's being tactical. I do believe that Ancestor is saying that he'll survive, but that he's not going to walk out of this unscathed. I mean, that seems to be like an obvious point, but I mean, he's also a mercenary, so he's not, he's not a soft, type of guy. So, with that said, I'm seeing that he's going to survive. The number 7 and the number 8 were both present in this particular reading. But I'm also seeing that he's humble. He's not arrogant. He's also not being arrogant. He either sought counsel, or maybe he tried to seek out counsel, or someone who was maybe like a teacher or someone who was above him. So it very well could have been, leadership. But I'm seeing that he's paying attention. He's very alert. but that he's going to emerge. So that is what it is. So that's a pretty good reading for given the circumstance. So yeah, that's my reading for Chief Yevgeny Prigozhin of the Wagner PMC, private military company out of Russia. Spirit, I thank you for your guidance. Ancestor, I appreciate you in revealing and guiding as well. And thank you all for listening.